Gotham Knights ya está entre nosotros y de seguro estás pensando si deberías o no comprar este título desarrollado por Warner Bros. Games. Platicamos con los creativos detrás del juego y respondieron varios puntos importantes acerca de este proyecto que involucra a los héroes que defenderán a Gótica ahora que Batman ya no está. Antes de continuar, dale a la campanita para que no te pierdas ninguno de nuestros contenidos. ¡Comenzamos! Un juego diseñado para el multijugador. Si bien te pueden vender la idea de que Gotham Knights es un juego perfectamente disfrutable en solitario, la realidad es que cuando se abandonó el desarrollo de PS4 y Xbox One, apareció la oportunidad de que la nueva generación de consolas ayudara mucho a lo que el proyecto apuntaba, una experiencia multijugador de pies a cabeza. La productora ejecutiva del proyecto nos dijo:
Specifically for our game, I think it was really the untethered co-op experience and delivering it at the level of quality that we wanted. For sure, that's where we can take advantage of everything that Next Gen has to offer. Our open world, even not in co-op, even in single player, like the streaming of the open world and all that, and you've played a little bit in it, and you've seen like the density of it and all that. That's a lot of things to load. And that's where really the next gen helped us deliver our vision, well, Pat's vision for this game.
You always have that sense of you drop into a neighborhood, and not only is it visually rich, and you have that, this kind of amazing vista to look at, but also that there is opportunities for crime fighting, there's opportunities for investigation, there's opportunities to find new secrets. And at the same time, that's coexisting one block over from where there are, pedestrians walking on the streets and traffic driving down the street. So I think we wanted to make sure we could deliver a city that was rich with that.
La idea de no tener a Batman. La idea de no tener a Batman ya era arriesgada. Sin embargo, al proponerla, tanto Warner Bros. Como DC la aprobaron, ya que aprovechaba a otros personajes con un sistema de juego distinto.
We talked a lot about the desire to make a game that would support growth, and where players always feel like they are setting goals for themselves to become more powerful, to go from being already good at the beginning but turning into kind of the full-blown manifestation of who they should be. And that immediately drew our attention to this cast of characters, because if you think about what they represent a new generation who have been trained up by their mentor, but they all have their own identities, they all have their own attitudes, they have their own techniques and philosophies. And so you could see how each of them could evolve into becoming a full-blown iconic superhero, but that there would be a process there.
El potencial cinemático de Gotham Knights. El cine o los videojuegos son un escaparate para mostrar lo profundas que pueden ser las historias de los videojuegos. Producirlas parece sencillo, sin embargo, el reto es ciertamente complicado, desde el apartado narrativo hasta el cinemático. Gotham Knights no fue la excepción, y el reto de mostrar a la Batifamilia sin el hombre murciélago fue tal que el reto audiovisual fue uno duro de superar.
I mean, for us, it was certainly a challenge. One of the big things for us to really about how we craft a scene, it really starts really early on. We sit with the writers, we kind of distill the scene to what is important. I take that and kind of run with that to make animatics and storyboards, and then we use that on the set on the day of the shoot to kind of like see how we can make that performance as awesome as possible. Once we've gotten a version of that, it's still not good enough. We're going to sit down and kind of refine that over and over. And that's where the actors really excel in what they need to do, because their process is really about how can we make this performance better.
El reto visual detrás de Gotham Knights. Batman Arkham Asylum impuso un estilo visual muy especial que ha evolucionado. El salto de Arkham City a Knight fue notable, y ahora con un producto totalmente nuevo, notamos con Gotham Knights ese constante cambio que respeta la calidad con la que los personajes de DC son retratados en los juegos de Warner Bros. Games.
The environments, we wanted to make sure that we don't do anything subtle, right? We wanted to go all out on anything we did. Applying high contrast wherever possible, wherever appropriate, right? So that very quickly sort of aligned us towards three artistic pillars. right? That we were able to maintain throughout the game, and that basically ended up with the result that we have. One of them is a visual stylization characteristic from the neo-noir style, right? So high contrast lighting, shadow silhouettes, high saturation, vibrant colors, also, right? Hot versus cold. The other two pillars, one of them is basically layered verticality, and the other one is deep historic roots. Right? The deep historic roots, basically we want the history of Gotham, right, since its inception in the 1600s, with the Court of Owls at its core, with the influence of the five founding families of Gotham to influence the look and the gameplay feel of our districts, of our boroughs, of our neighborhoods.
Por otro lado, el tema de los personajes es delicado, porque no solo se trata de crearlos como los creativos quieran, también es respetar todo el trabajo previo.
Like you said, these characters have a long history, so many good interpretations. So when it landed on our lap to redesign these, it's a bit of apprehension, but also excitement. This is really. Somebody on our team said it's like getting the keys to the Ferrari or something. You get it and you got to treat it with a bit of respect. You got to learn about it, and then you get to have fun with it. And for us, DC was a partner throughout the whole creation. We shared all our early sketches with them. And it was really about making these four characters that not only work together in a group, but they also work together individually. Because it's super important in our game that each one's different, each one plays different, each one looks different.
La base de la Corte de los Búhos. Una de las historias más importantes cuando DC llevó a cabo el reinicio de sus superhéroes con New 52 fue la Corte de los Búhos con Batman. Esta historia fue escrita por Scott Snyder y ahora fue retomada por el equipo de Gotham Knights, solo que aquí no tendremos al hombre murciélago, sino a los nuevos defensores de Gótica tratando de descubrir quién está detrás de la nueva amenaza.
But also, we were able to really deep dive into everything that had been written about them before, and then really select what was standout, what stood out the more about them, and then integrate them to a known story, but as a twist, right? Instead of what if Batman had found the Court of Owls, we got to do, well, what if instead, or Four Knights, find the Court of Owls after undergoing a really tragic loss when Batman died. And how do they deal with everything that's going on, including having to uncover this really huge conspiracy?
Gotham Knights no es la continuación de Batman Arkham. Una de las cosas que más trabajo cuesta comprender es que Gotham Knights no es una secuela directa de Batman Arkham. Incluso podríamos decir que no se relacionan ni tantito, y eso nos llevó al tema del combate. Mientras el juego de Batman era más pausado, con counters y mucho sigilo, Gotham Knights apuesta por otra clase de propuesta de acción, que si bien tiene momentos lentos donde te despachas enemigos con mucho silencio, también se arma una campal y la experiencia es completamente distinta.
Gotham Knights is absolutely a new franchise, but it's also new mechanically. Like the way everything works in the game is new. From the very beginning of the project, we knew that we wanted to make an adventure in Gotham City that you could play with your friends. And from that creative start, we knew that, okay, that means we need to have a great single player experience because the stories in Gotham are important and people love them. And also we need to have everything work well in co-op because making a co-op brawler is a new challenge, but people need to have a good time when they play with their friends.
Como seguro ya lo notaste, esto es apenas una pizca de lo que tiene este título de Warner Bros. Games. El resto tendrás que descubrirlo gracias a que Gotham Knights ya está disponible en PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X y S y PC. ¿Te gustó el video? No dejes de darle manita arriba. ¿Te gustaría más saber de Gotham Knights o de cualquier otro juego? Cuéntanos en los comentarios. Yo soy Javier, nos vemos a la próxima.